Hello, dear students, and a very good morning to all of you. Today I am back here with the geography part, and today I am going to provide you the first part of the chapter number 7 of geography, that is major industries. Okay, so in this chapter, we are going to learn about industries, what are industries, which type of activities are performed in industries. Okay, so why industries are important for the economy of any country. Okay, so about all these things we are going to learn in this chapter. So let us start the chapter. Okay, so have you ever given a thought to the fact that the notebook you use for writing has come to you after a long process of manufacturing? Okay, so it started its life as a part of tree. Okay, it was cut down and transported to the pulp mill. Now what is pulp? Pulp is the flesh of the tree. Okay, there, the wood of tree was processed and converted into wood pulp, as you can see in the picture. Okay, the wood pulp is mixed with chemicals and finally changed into paper by machines. Okay, but this paper found its way to the press where ink made from chemicals was used to print the lines on the pages. Okay, later on, the pages were then bound in the form of a notebook, it packed and sent to the market for sale. Finally, it reaches to us in our hand. So, with this long process, the notebook comes to you. Here, I have only provided you the example of a notebook, but everything that we use, okay, that is manufactured only. If we will talk about the clothes that we are wearing, that also pass through a long manufacturing process, then only it comes to us in the form of clothes. Okay, if we will talk about the food items, okay, if we will talk about oil, if we will talk about flour, if we will talk about biscuit, if we will talk about cake, so all these things whatever we use to consume in the form of food, not only food, whatever we use, whether we are using bed sheets, whether we are using automobiles, cars, mobiles, everything, so all these things are coming to us by passing a long manufacturing process, then only they all come to you. As in the previous chapters also, I have explained you about this thing, that there are three kinds of activities, or we can say that there are three kinds of economic activities that we have learned. The first was primary, the second was secondary, and the third is tertiary. If we will talk about the primary one, so primary activities involves all the activities, ठीक है, the of the things that are present in nature, ठीक है, the things that are present in nature, if we are occupying it, or we can say that if we are using it directly, so that is primary activity, like agriculture, okay, forestry, fishing, mining. And if we will talk about the secondary activity, so secondary activity means modification of the things that we get from nature. Okay, so that is only manufacturing of the things that we get from nature, and to increase its value. Okay, so from here number of times I have repeated the word manufacturing. So let us see that what is the meaning of the word manufacturing. Okay, so whenever we use this word manufacturing, that signifies to the, what does manufacturing means? Okay, to make something. So basically what is manufacturing? Manufacturing is, or it is also known as secondary activity. Okay, so manufacturing is basically the secondary activity that comes, that means processing of primary products. That means whatever we are getting from the nature, to process it, that is only known as manufacturing. Okay, manufacturing can also be defined as the activity of making things of utility. That means whatever things are useful for us, to make those things, that is only known as manufacturing. Okay, so basically what is the purpose of manufacturing? To provide something utility and to increase its value. Okay, if the cotton plant is there and those cotton balls are there, if we are not knowing, and if whenever, until when we were not knowing that how to convert it into clothes, how to convert it into textile, at that time those cotton balls were, or plant were, just useless for us. Okay, so as we manufactured cloth from the cotton, the its utility also increases and its value also increases. So basically manufacturing defines or signifies as the processing of the primary products, okay, to provide its to acquire utility as well as to achieve more value. Okay, so that is only the manufacturing. Now let us take some example of manufacturing, that we make paper from the pulp of the tree, we make cloth from the cotton. Okay, here the spelling of cotton is wrong, it will be COTTON. Okay, bread, okay, we used to make bread with wheat flour, then bread. Jelly, that means we get jelly from fruits. There are lots of things that we get by manufacturing or by modifying it. Okay, so this is what we call manufacturing. Now the question arises that where are all these manufacturing process take place. Okay, so here we are going to learn about the place where all these manufacturing activities take place, and that is only known as the industry. Okay, so what is industry? Industry is basically an economic activity, okay, that related to the production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. All the three kinds of activities are involved in it, whether it is production of goods, the next is extraction of minerals, that means whenever we extract minerals from the earth, that also considered as industry, or the provision of services. There are several industries that provide us services also, that we will see. Okay, so let us take some example. If we will talk about production of goods, so that is iron and steel industry. Okay, if we will talk about extraction of minerals, okay, so that is coal mining industry. Okay, now if we will talk about service provider, so that is tourism industry. Okay, so like this only, these are some of the example of industry. What exactly industry means? So basically industries can be defined as an economic activity, okay, which is concerned with the production of goods, with the extraction of mineral, as well as with the provision of services. Okay, so let us move further. Classification of industries. The most important part of this chapter is the classification of industries. That means now we are going to learn that how the industries are divided on the basis of different factors. Let us see what are those factors. So basically industries can be classified on the basis of following criteria. There are following basis on which the industries are classified. The first of all basis is source of raw materials. That means which type of raw materials that particular industry is using. The next is output. Everyone, you are knowing that manufacturing means to modify the particular primary product. So after modifying, it will take some shape, it will become something. So what kind of output it is we are getting, that on the basis of that also industries are classified. The size of the industries, okay, the concept of size I will explain you further in this part only. Ownership, that the industry belongs to whom, like house belongs to someone na? Like that only the industries belongs to whom, that is on the basis of ownership also. Like we used to say na, this is my pen, this is my book. So like that only industries also belong to someone, so that is only known as ownership. So there are four criteria on the basis of which the industries are classified. Okay, so let us learn it properly. Now here as you can see that I have classified the industries on the basis of, on different bases. The first basis is on the basis of raw materials. So if we will talk about on the basis of raw materials, so we are having agro based industries, mineral based industries, there are two more, marine based industries and forest based industries. Okay, if we will talk about on the basis of capital investment, so on the basis of capital investment we are having three types of industries: cottage industry, small scale industry and large scale industry. So here you can see that how the industries are being divided on various criterias. Okay, let us start with the first one, and that is classification of the industries on the basis of raw materials. Now what are the raw materials? Everything requires the raw material. That means paper requires the wood pulp, cloth required the cotton. Like that only every industry required raw material. So on the basis of those raw material, that which type of raw material the industry is using, industries are classified into four categories. Okay, so let us see what are the four categories. As you can see the first one is agro based industries, the second one is mineral based industries, The third one is marine based industries, and the fourth one is forest based industries. Okay, so let us learn about all those industries one by one. Now, if we will talk about agro based industries, so students, in the word agro, that is the short form of agriculture. Okay, so here agro based industries means the industries that are using the raw materials that we are getting from agriculture. Okay, so basically, as you are knowing that agriculture involves the growing of crops also, as well as the rearing of animal also. Okay, so agro based industries are the industries that are using the animal and plant products as their raw materials. Okay, so if we will talk about plant, okay, plant product, so that is the cotton only, because we are using cotton for making the cloth. We are, that is, paper industry is also agro based industry, because we are using, no, paper industry is not agro based, sorry. ठीक है, so this cotton industry is agro based industry. If we will talk about food processing industry, bread industry, so that is also we are getting from wheat only, and wheat we are getting from agriculture only. So on the, with the help of agriculture, whatever products that we are using, if we will talk about woolen textile industry, so wool we get from animals, so that is also a type of agro based industry. Okay, so let us take some of the example. Food processing, cotton textile, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, mustard oil, as well as leather products. Leather we get from animals, and as well as dairy products. That means the industries that provides or that sell the dairy products, okay, the milk products, that are also considered into agro based industries. Okay, now let us see the next one, and the next one is mineral based industries. So from the first one, it is clear that, okay, that from agriculture we get the raw material, then it will be agro based. So if it is mineral here, so from, if the raw material is any mineral, then it will be mineral based industries. Okay, so it is quite simple that the industries, those industries that use mineral ores or minerals like iron, copper, gold, silver, okay, as their raw materials, so those industries are considered as mineral based industries. So students, basically mineral based industries are used as, or are considered as, basic industries. Okay, these are the industries that provide raw materials to other industries. Okay, like iron and steel manufacturing industry is there. So wherever iron and steel is manufacturing, those iron and steel, ठीक है, sell or sold to different industries for manufacturing different things that are made up of iron and steel. Okay, so here the best example is iron, okay, made from iron ore. The iron that we manufacture from iron ore, so that is mineral based industries. Okay, so this is like this. Now let us go move towards the third one, and that is forest based industries. It is quite clear that the industries that utilize the products that we get from forest, that are considered as forest based industries. Okay, so basically in forest, you all are knowing that lots of trees are there, and the wood that we get, or the timber that we get from those trees, are basically used for manufacturing handicraft also, and the timber is also used for manufacturing furniture. So all these industries, the sports equipment industry, okay, the matchbox industry, okay, the handicraft industries, okay, or we can say that the furniture industry, the building material industries, all industries are the forest based industries. Okay, so let us have a look here. Pulp and paper industries. Paper we get from pulp only, and pulp we get from tree only, and that large amount of trees are available in the forest only. Pharmaceuticals, okay, there are several medicines that we get from herbs, okay, that are present in forest areas. Furniture, as well as building industries. Okay, so this is the example of forest based industries. Okay, now the next one is marine based industries. So students, there are several industries that depend upon the aquatic animals or plants, okay, So basically the processing and canning of the aquatic animals, that means the animals that live in sea or ocean, so that is only known as the marine based industries. If we will take example of marine based industries, so it is basically the processing of seafood, all of you are knowing. Okay, in seafood there are shrimp. Okay, there are one more thing is there. I'm not getting its name, but it is shrimp is there. Okay, prawns. I think prawns. Yes, prawns are there. So all these are the marine-based industries. Wherever these foods are being processed, they are known as marine-based industries. As well as fish oil manufacturing. All of you are knowing that fish oil is very useful, and medicines are also manufactured here. Okay, with the help of fish oil. So basically, the industries that uses the aquatic animals, okay, or the products that we get from ocean or sea as raw materials, that are known as marine based industries. So here we have learned about the industries on the basis of raw material, and there are four kind of industries: agro based, mineral based, forest based, and marine based. So I hope it is clear to you. Let us move further. Now the next is classification on the basis of output. Now here if we will talk about the output, that means which type of manufactured goods we are getting, that is only the classification on the basis of output. So on the basis of output, we are having two types of industries. The first is basic industries and the other is consumer goods industries. So what are the basic industries, students? Basic industries means the industries that are manufacturing the products that are used by other industries. Like take example of iron and steel industry. Iron and steel industry is manufacturing iron and steel, and those iron and steel are used by other industries for manufacturing products like automobiles, okay, vehicles, okay, and various other products like that are basic industries. Basic industries, that means the industries, those industries that feed other industries, that are only known as basic industries. We can also say that the industries on which the other industries depend upon are known as basic industries. Okay, so okay, is it clear to everyone? So basically, what are basic industries? So those industries which produce materials to be used as raw materials in other industries are known as basic industries. Now example, iron and steel industry. Now let us take the another one. Here it is consumer goods industries. So students, all of you are knowing who are the consumer? The one who consumes. About consumer, we have already learned in class 7th. Like consumer means the one who directly consumes. Okay. Like if we want to purchase something, then we go to the shop. And whatever product we purchase from the shop, that means there is some industry that is manufacturing that item particularly. Like if I want to have shampoo, okay, so I went to the shop and purchased that shampoo. So there is some industry that is manufacturing that particular shampoo and selling it. That means the industry that manufactured the product that are directly sold to the consumer for consumption, those industries are known as consumer goods industries. Suppose that I wanted to purchase a bulb. Okay, I went to the shop and I purchased the bulb. Okay, now that bulb is manufactured in any industry, so that industry is consumer goods industry. It means the industries that involve the manufacturing of the goods that are ready for direct consumption. ठीक है, or we can also say the industries that manufacture the goods that can be directly sell or that can be directly used by the consumers. So this is all about the two industries on the basis of output. Okay, here the watchmaking industry, electronic goods industries, as well as food processing industries. Let us move further and let us see what are the classification on the basis of size. Now here students, if I'll say size of the industry, So you will not be able to understand that what I am talking about. Am I talking about the infrastructure of the industry, or I am talking about the area of the industry, okay, or I am talking about the production of the industry. So let us see what does the meaning of the word size with respect to the industries. Okay, so size refers to amount of capital invested, that how much capital is being invested for setting up the industry. Next is number of people employed, how many number of people are working in that particular industry. Or volume of production, that means what is the production of that particular industry, that all comes under the size. So whenever we talk about size, so all these things comes under it. So on the basis of size, we are having three types of industries. The first is cottage or household industries, the second is small scale industries, and the third is large scale industries. So students, all these three types of industries are basically you will be able to understand when we will do the comparative study of it. Like if we will talk about the capital invested, so in cottage industries or household industries, the capital, that means the amount, the money that is investing, okay, that will be very less. In small scale, it will be little bit more than the cottage, and in large scale, it will be very high. Okay, now if we will talk about the people employed, so in cottage based industries, the number of people working in that industry will be very less. If we will talk about the in small scale industries, it will be little bit more, and if we will talk about the large scale industry, it will be a good number of people were employed to these industries. Now, volume of production. So, cottage or household industries, from its name it is clear, household industries, that means the industries that are running or that run in a particular house. Okay, so how much a industry can produce if it is running in a house? So basically a small capital is also invested. So basically these industries, the production is very less, small scale little bit more, and large scale a good or very high production. So this is all about the classification on the basis of size. Let us move, or let us learn it in little detail. Okay. The first one is cottage or household industries. So basically students, what are the cottage or household industries? First of all, these industries are set up in particular or in house, basically to the house or the family members only set up these type of industries. They only set up these type of industries. Okay, they used to manufacture the goods with the help of their hands only. They do not utilize the machine here. Okay, they basically use the raw materials that are locally available. Okay, and they sell those products, the manufactured goods, in the local buy market only. Okay, so basically the cottage industries are the small industries. Here I want to give you an example of the potters. Okay, so have you all of us used to light diyas in Diwali, and the diyas that we use in Diwali that are manufactured, okay, and that are made in nearby to our houses only. The potters, those who are living nearby our houses, they are only making those diyas for the purpose of Diwali. So those potters are not very rich owners, and those potters do not have particular great infrastructure for making diyas. Okay, nor they are investing too much capital for making diyas. So their capital amount is also very less. 2-3 peoples of the family are only working on that potter's wheel. Okay, and they only manufacture the diyas. They do not go, if suppose that in your Gorakhpur the diyas are manufacturing, let us take example of your area, in Padri Bazaar the diyas are manufacturing, so they will not go to sell the diyas in different parts or different states. So basically cottage industries are very small manufacturing units that usually produce the goods for selling it in locally available market. Let us take example, potters are there, weavers are there, carpenters are there. Okay, so this is all about the cottage or household industries. Let us move further, and here I want to explain you the small scale industries and the large scale industries. So students, this we are going to learn on the basis of comparative study. If we will talk about small scale industries, okay, So here the investment will be less than 1 crore. Okay. And in large scale industries, investment will be more than 1 crore. So if we are investing less than 1 crore, so it will be small. If we are investing more than 1 crore capital, then it will be large. They have less geographical area, that means their infrastructure is not that good, not that developed, and they are using less land for the purpose of establishing their industries. Here, large scale, they have large geographical area. If we will talk about the small scale, they employ a small number of people, and here they employ large number of people. They produce in small amount of output, that means the output, the manufactured goods are less in number in comparison to the large scale, and in large scale their output is very big. If we will talk about small scale industries, so it can be any food processing unit, it can be normal cotton textile mill. But if we will talk about the large scale industries, so it can be iron and steel industry, it can be automobile industries, okay, that are manufacturing heavy products. Okay, so let us move further, and here we are going to learn about the classification on the basis of ownership. So here students, if we will talk about the classification on the basis of ownership, so ownership means to whom the particular industry belongs to. Let us see the next division, and the next division is the classification on the basis of ownership. So whenever we use the word ownership, that means the things belongs to whom. Here also this division is based upon that the industry belongs to whom. Okay. So on the basis of ownership, there are four kinds of industries. The first is private sector industry, the next is public sector industry, the third is joint sector industry, and the last is cooperative sector industry. Okay. So let us learn about it separately or in detail. So if we will talk about the first industry, that is private sector industry. So students, private sector industries are basically owned and operated by an individual. Suppose that I wanted to establish an industry and I am rich enough to invest a good amount of capital for establishing an industry, and only that industry only belongs to me. I am an individual who is setting up an industry. It will be a private industry. Okay. Now suppose that I am not having enough money for establishing an industry, so I will call my 2-3 friends and I will ask that कि this much amount I am having less. Okay, so are you all ready to invest in my industry? I will tell them the idea that I am going to set up this type of industry, or this industry we are going to set up. I am going to invest 50%. One of you please invest 10%. One of you please invest 20%. Okay, so like this only my all friends are ready to invest, and here what become a group of individual. It become a group of individual. So the industries that are owned and operate by an individual or a group of individuals are known as private sector industries. Okay. So if we will talk about the private sector industries, so it will be Tisco. It was Tisco. Tisco was owned by Jamshedji Tata or Darob Tata. So Tisco, Tata Iron and Steel Industry, like that only Bajaj is there. Okay. Reliance is there. So all these are the private sector industries. Okay. Now let us take the next one, public sector industries. So students, wherever the word public is used, public refers to government. Okay. So the industries that are owned and operated by the government of a particular place, of a particular state or a country, that are known as public sector enterprises. So here, who will own or operate the industries? The government. The government will only invest the capital. The government will only share the capital. Oh, share the profit. But in public private sector enterprises, if individual is investing the capital, so he or she will only get the profit. But if group of individuals are investing in the capital, that means everyone will get the profit as much they have invested the capital. Okay. So this is all about the public sector enterprises. If we will talk about the public sector, so it will be BHEL or Hindustan Limited and various other industries are there. Now let us come to the next one, and the next one is joint sector industries. So students, if we will talk about the joint sector industries, so joint sector industries are the industries that are either run by, देखो joint sector industries में क्या होगा, government and an individual. Okay, the industries that are owned by government and an individual, or government and a group of individuals. Okay, so these industries are basically owned by, look here, the joint sector industries are basically owned by government plus an individual, or it can also be owned by government plus a group of individuals. Okay, so it will be joint sector enterprises. Here the profit will be shared in between government and individual. Here the profit will be shared between all the individuals and government. Okay, so basically the Maruti Udyog is the best example. Maruti automobile industry is the best example of joint sector industries. Now let us take the next example, and that is cooperative sector industries. As the word cooperative signifies to cooperate with each other. So basically cooperative sector industries are the industries that are owned and operated by the people. Okay, either they are the supplier of the raw material or they are the producers of the raw material. Okay, or between the workers or both. Okay, that means here you can take the example of Amul. So students, Amul, all of you are knowing that it is a dairy or group. It is a dairy cooperative sector industry. Dairy industry, that means here the providers of the raw material, that means the people, those who are providing the milk for manufacturing the milk or for making the products of milk, those people are only running Amul. Okay, they are only running Amul, and they are only, since that means they all cooperate with each other. Okay, they divide their roles, that who will do which type of work, and they only invest, they ultimately they divide the work also within themselves, and they also share the profit within themselves. So that is only the industries that are running by cooperation, that are known as cooperative industries, and the best example of this is Amul. Okay, let us move further, and here I am going to explain you that what are the factors that affect the location of industries. Students, suppose that you wanted to establish an industry. So what are the factors that you will look upon before establishing the industry? Okay, that only we are going to learn. So before establishing an industry, these are the factors that we have to keep in our mind. The first one is land. Before establishing our industry, we have to choose the land, that where we are going to set up the industry. If our industry is related to any mineral industry, so we have to set up our industry where there are mineral ores are available. Suppose that I wanted to establish an industry of iron and steel, so basically I will establish, or I will search out land where there are iron deposits. Okay, so if we will talk about the next one, that is labor. So there are some industries that are labor intensive industries where huge amount of labor is required. So those type of industries should be settled in a densely populated areas where the population is very high. Now laborers are also of two kinds. The one is skilled and the other is unskilled. If we will talk about the skilled laborers, that means those who are perfectionists of their works, like diamond cutters, okay, painters, okay, engineers. So they are the skilled laborers. Okay, so wherever these type of laborers are available, I will also see that from where I will get these type of skilled labor. So the location of industries also depend upon labor. Now capital, okay, it also depend upon the capital. If I am going to invest a good amount of capital, okay, and if I am utilizing all other resources properly, then definitely I am going to earn more profit. Okay, so the developed countries used to invest more capital in industries because industries are the backbone of any country's economy. That is why the developed countries invest more capital in the industries in comparison to the developing or underdeveloped countries. Okay, now if I will talk you about the raw materials, so this also depends a lot that wherever the raw materials are available, there only I will set up my industry. Suppose that I want to set up an industry of food processing, okay, industry I want to set up, and for that I want fruits. Now, fruits are perishable. Okay, we cannot store them for a very long time. They are perishable. Not only fruits, fish, meat, okay, flowers. Okay, so these are the perishable products. Okay, and they damaged in a very short span of time. So for that only I want to set up an industry nearby the places where those raw materials are easily available. Okay, so for setting up the industry we should also keep in mind that which type of raw materials we are required for. Okay, is there any transport facility available? Transportation is also very important for establishing an industry. Suppose that I am going to set up an industry in the desert, who will come to purchase my goods there, or how much I have to invest on transportation for the supply of raw material as well as for selling my goods to the market. So all these we have to keep in mind. Market also, everything that has demand, okay, that only get whatever we produce. Suppose that I went to Ladakh and there I am want to establish a cotton textile industry. How that industry will work there? Ladakh is such a cold region, and if I will manufacture or set up a cotton textile industry there, so there will be no demand of my clothes because that is a cold region. Who is going to purchase my cotton clothes that are wear in summers? So there is no market of cotton clothes. Okay, like that only if I will set up a woolen industry in a desert region, so who is going to purchase my woolen textile in the desert region? So there is no market of woolen textile in desert region. Okay, if someone come here and started selling the seafood here, so very less demand is there of seafood because we people do not eat seafood. Seafood are basically in demand in the coastal regions. So here the demand will be less. So wherever the demand is high, there only the profit, the industry will earn the profit. So we should also keep in mind that whatever industry we are setting up, the demand of those product is there or not. Power, every industry needs machineries and those machineries are run by power, whether it is coal, whether it is petrol, diesel, whether it is non-conventional energy sources, energy, solar power, whether it is hydroelectricity. Okay, so we have to also think of this thing that from where we get the power to run our machineries. Water supply, if we will talk about water supply, so water supply is also a major factor that affect the location of any industry because every industry needs water. Even the paper making industry also needs water. Okay, so every industry needs a good amount of water. So we have to also keep in mind that wherever the water supply is easily available, there only we will set up our industries. So here students, all these are the factors that affect the location of any industries. So in future, if you are also dreamt of setting up of any industry, so please check out all these factors that are okay, that are beneficial for you or that are positive for you for setting up any industry. So this is all for the first part of this video. Okay, I hope this much is clear to you all. I will meet you with the second video in the second part. Okay, and in that I am going to explain you some of the major industries. In that we will learn about some of the major industries. Okay, and so this is all for it. Please watch the video carefully, read your book. Okay, if you will read the book and then watch the video, it will be very helpful for you. So I hope all of you are going to watch the video and just understood this chapter. So thank you students.